Hi guys, Larissa at Prodigal Pieces here. I have a fun DIY for you today. You know how I love to take thrifted items and make them my own, mainly because it's fun, it's affordable, and so easy. Why is it easy? Well, let me show you how. The wood section of the thrift store is one of my favorite places to visit. There's all sorts of things that are outdated or maybe just need a little pizzazz. This is a shelf I found in the wooden section. As you can see, it's got a carved wood design there with a fruit and food on it. Not much to it really. I mean, it's just a simple shelf. It's got this fake dental molding on it, not real. I believe this is machined probably in a foreign country, so nothing real exciting about it, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more spunk and more function. In order to do that, I wanna cover up this carving here, this routed in design. Now, I could definitely take my time and fill it with wood filler, then sand it down, but didn't really kind of want to mess with that. So I thought I would dig into my scrap pile, and I came up with a piece of beadboard. I could have used hardboard, really anything suitable to cover it up, but I cut it to size. Now I'm going to use some basic panel adhesive, glue it on, and my brad nailer and attach it. Cutting out the panel, I used my jigsaw on an angle so that it would go flush at the bottom here, so that it wouldn't have this jutted out panel sticking out. I'm going to put on my safety glasses and get one of my favorite tools out. My little brads are in here. I'm going to tack it on. If I can show you. Okay, there we go. Now, normally I would take a little bit of time and use some spackling or wood filler to fill in those little nail holes. For just time's sake right now, I'm just gonna show you what the next steps would be, because I'll be doing a couple coats of paint. I can add that filler later. But I'm gonna take one of my favorite brushes, my fan brush here. I carry 7 styles in my shop, all have wonderful purposes. But for this project, I'm just using the fan because it'll help me get in all these nooks and crannies around that fake dental molding. I'm going to be using just a basic latex paint in one of my favorite colors. It's called a Dove White. It's kind of got a gray tint to it, just to make this all blend. So I'm going to give it a coat. Here's the first coat is done. I'm going to let this cure for a while, but I wanted to tell you what I was going to be doing next. And I said I wanted to not only dress this up a bit with some paint just to make it all look, uniform, but also function. It had the use of just a shelf, but I see that blank space on the front there is an option to add some hooks. I've got these pretty brass hooks, if you can see that there, that I'm going to be adding. I'll have the links for those. I'll have the full blog post at prodigalpieces.com. I welcome you to come over to the blog. I have all sorts of things for you there, and I have a surprise for you at the end of this tutorial. But I'm going to show you an overhead graphic of how just to lay out your hooks to space them and measure them. I'm just going to be placing probably 4 or 5 on here. This whatever suits the function of this shelf. You could place as many as you want depending on what you're going to be using. Also, if you didn't find a shelf like this, I wanted to encourage you to just use even a basic cupboard door. I was given a whole brand new lot of cupboard doors that weren't used anymore in the remodeling process, but what potential that is. So here I have a couple examples of ones that would make a great coat rack. These are nice long doors, but obviously if you turn it this way, you got awesome space to add some hooks. I'm going to be turning these into coat racks as well, so you can see that. You could even add a board on top to add that shelf feature, but really the sky's the limit. So I'm going to get back to this, give it a second coat, and then I'll show you what it looks like all wrapped up and done. Hang on. My thrifted shelf I found with the fruit and bread and whatnot on the front carved in here is gone. The beadboard adds a little bit of charm and makes for a nice backdrop for the hooks here that totally added function that we all love. It's nice to have a spot to come in and just hang up. drop off your keys, whatnot. You put a container up here to put your daily essentials, or just stage a vignette like I've done here. But either way, it's affordable and easy to do. I invite you to ask me any questions you may have at larissa@prodigalpieces.com. Come to my blog, prodigalpieces.com, and sign up for my newsletter. That way you get my free furniture buying guide, discount to my shop, and we'll get all this information right in your inbox. Also, as a bonus, hang around. I've got a gift I'm going to be giving away to you, so subscribe to my channel. But before I do that, I wanted to show you what I did with those cupboard doors I showed you that had nice length there to make another coat rack, just so you can see the variations you can create with the same idea. So hang on. So there you have some things that were unused and turned into functional and stylish decor. So peek around, see what you got in your own home that you could transform, head to the thrift store. But anyway, that's all up to you what you want to do with it. Now for the fun that I mentioned, I'm all about empowering you to DIY, to give it a try. So to do that, I am giving away this battery operated sander. In order to use this, you need a battery and charger. So I'm super excited that I'm able to do this. It's not going to be forever that I can keep doing this, but so you don't want to miss out. Sign up for my newsletter, subscribe, head to the blog, because I have even more in this prize package that I'm offering you. And I really don't want you to miss out. I hope to keep doing this as I can, but you just never know, so take advantage while you can. But I hope you're all about being inspired and willing to see things in a different light, think outside the box door, and make your house your home. Goodbye from Larissa at Prodigal Pieces. Come see me, say hi.